Hey guys, so today I want to do a Dino deck profile for the November 2021 format. I think Dinos are actually a really good spot right now because they beat honestly most of the meta decks except for Tri-Brigade on Bird. And I think the deck is at a very good position as it ever been, and I think my version is pretty good. So let's see on the deck profile. Some of it's standard, some of it isn't. Just take my word for food for thought. But first up, we're playing triple copies of Obi. This card is mandatory. You need to play 3. This one isn't as popular, but triple copies of UTC. So the reason I play 3 is because more in the long game, you want to see that extra UTC. And sometimes, and this does happen, if you draw 2 of the UTCs, you don't have one in deck for pill. So a lot of the times, I just want the 3rd in the deck in case grindy games, which sometimes that can really happen with some of the decks these days. So triple copies, I think, is necessary. Actually, I don't even say necessary. I would just say it's good. You can definitely play 2 and get away with it. Or if you need to side out 1, then you can do it. But other than siding out, I think you should play 3 at all times. 1 misc because this card's broken. Honestly, this card should be banned, but I'm a Dino player, so I'm biased or whatever. All right, so this package is interesting. So we have 5 babies. So 3 babies and then 2 petite. My reason behind this, as you'll see in a little bit, you always want to open a baby. Sometimes petite can be a little bricky, so I play 2 instead. But most of the time, no, every time, every game, you want to open a baby. And having the extra petite, again, for grinding games, is actually really good. So we play 5 copies of the babies. 1 Animadorn. This is really not common. Most people play 2, which I can understand, because I'm saying grindy. But honestly, if I'm resolving misc, I only need to use Animadorn once. And most of the time when Misk is banished, I'm not going to need another Animadorn. So that's just my reason behind it. I only play the 1. I haven't really play tested 2 copies of it. So maybe if I ever get a second copy, I should. But at the moment, I'm playing 1, and I think that's kind of correct. 1 Giant Rex for rank 4 plays. 1 Pank. This card should also be banned. I don't know why it's not, but whatever. You got to do what you got to do. 1 Quatless. I think this is necessary if you're playing 1 Animadorn, just so you have a second way of getting the pill. And you have other cards that you'll see here that you can obviously destroy the Quatless and get pill. One cool thing about Quatless is sometimes you want to actually pill into Quatless so that you can get a pill for next turn, and you have a spell and trap card negate. So sometimes it's honestly good, especially if you're gonna have like Dolka, UTC, and Quatless. You're looking really good for going first. 1 Litho, if you're playing 5, like you want to see Litho. Litho is broken if you resolve it. If you open 2 babies and have Litho and you resolve it, you literally win probably. 1 dog against like Agnister because sometimes it comes up. And then the final dinosaur, Sabersaurus. The reason I play Sabersaurus is sometimes you just want another dino in the deck to summon off baby. And the reason I chose Sabersaurus is because it's a 1900 beat stick and it's an earth. So in case I do draw it, I can lift it away. I used to play Mega Special 10, but Sabersaurus is more consistent. The only card I might consider playing over is Scrap Raptor, but at the current moment, I don't play the Scrap Engine. I haven't tried it. So until then, I'm sticking with Saber. Next, we have 4 hand traps. I don't think this is necessarily correct, but I'm trying it anyway, and it's all right. I play 1 Baylor, 2 Meister, and finally the 1 Bell. I think Bell and Meister are actually pretty good in the format. And Valor it depends on the deck, honestly. Sometimes the thing about hand traps these days, and I think a lot of people can agree with me, sometimes just stopping your opponent from doing one thing doesn't really matter. Like, if Valoring one of the Sword Soul cards doesn't realistically matter. So honestly, I'm considering dropping all Valors and just having more like blow up cards. But I don't own droplets. I don't own access codes. So sometimes it's hard to get to that state. So until those cards obviously go down in price, I'm just gonna stick with the Valor. And then again, Meister is really good for a lot of decks these days. I don't know why no one plays it. And Bell is just good. So yeah, those are the monsters. Let's get into the spells. All right, for the spells, this is pretty standard. We have 3 Fossil Dig. Really good. I don't understand why it's not 1 either. I know I'm saying a lot of nerfs to the deck, but if Rhoda's at 1, if A Hero Lives is at 1, why isn't Fossil Dig at 1? I don't know. Sometimes I just don't understand, but whatever. 4 copies of Lost World, including the Terraforming. You always want to open Lost World, and it's just a really good card, not being able to target monsters on the field. But of course, Phoenix Enforcer does not care about targeting, so it's a little worse, but what are you going to do? 2 pill, I think 2 is necessary. If you play 1, you're just playing wrong. If you're playing 3, you're always playing wrong because you're going to brick, so play 2. All right, the next card's a little controversy, but what are you going to do? 2 Dark Hole. The reason I play 2 Dark Hole is sometimes if you open Dark Hole Baby and Petite, there you go, normal Petite, Dark Hole. That hasn't been a thing for years, I know, but it does come up. Also, Dark World does not target, and sometimes destroying the token on their field also with Lost World is really good. So I think 2 dark holes is really good. And I play 3 spell and trap card back row removal just so that I can take care of floodgates other than Imperial, Tikaboo, etc. And that includes Lightning Storm. This card's broken. I would play more. Harpies, Feather Duster, and Twin Twister. Honestly, I want to cut Twin for Lightning Storm, but I don't have another Lightning Storm, so we're just playing this. Twin's alright. I just sometimes you don't want to discard, especially in Dinos, so I don't like Cosmic Cyclone either, so until I find another spell trap card removal, we're sticking with Twin. Next, this card is amazing. Dark Rule Namor. I want to play 3. I don't have a third copy. Once I get my third copy, I'm replacing Twin with it. It's broken. Play 3. Alright, before we get into the one-ofs, there is 2 cards I don't actually own yet. I want to get them soon, but the card is kind of expensive right now, so until it goes down, I'm just using, not proxies, but I'm using a different card. And I'm using Jewels of the variant. This card is okay. Basically, if you guys don't know what it does, basically when you banish only a singular monster and no other cards are banished, you can send a monster of a different attribute from your deck to the graveyard. This correlates with Misk because Misk is a virus, and Misk is the only fire on the deck. So if you resolve this, you activate Misk, you summon Argo, you chain link 1 Argo, chain link 2 Jewels, so they can't ash it. If that does come up, they can still Imperma Veiler it, so it doesn't really matter, but it's okay. I mean, I'm not the huge fan of it, but I don't hate it either. And the card it's going to be replacing is Small World. I think Small World is broken. I think it's really good in Dinos. It's really specific, but I think in Dinos it's really good, considering that UTC is a light and a Dino, and none the attack points don't match or the level. So because we play 3 UTC, I think Small World is really good. And until the card goes down a little bit in price, these are my proxies. But until then, but if you have the card, play 2. I think 2 is maybe 3, but I think 2 is good. And for the one-ofs, call by in case they have Ash or Veiler for the OV. Monster Reborn, pretty good. 1 Burial. And this is a bit of a tech, but we have Burial from a different dimension. So the reason behind this is it's just so that in case we do draw the 2 UTCs, we have a way of getting 2 Dinos back in the graveyard. Also, usually you're going to have 3 because you're going to banish the Misk, and you're going to banish 2 or just 1 because you get Giant Rex back. So you'll sometimes usually have 1 or 2 or 3 Dinos banished, so or even just random hand trap. So it's good to but most of the time you're just gonna resurrect the Misk. And because when we play 1 Argo, you resurrect 2 Dinos, and then you get a Petite, which leads into a Pank or an OV for next turn. So I think this card is a decent one of. Wouldn't play more of it, obviously, but I think it's a nice tech card. And that will do it for the spells. Alright, for the extra deck. In Dinos, the extra deck is really not tight at all. Like, you can play a lot of cards in it. So I don't necessarily agree with everything I have here, but it is kind of just filler at the end of the day. 1 Entis in case I play against Dogmatica. 1 Dolka. I might consider playing 2, but I think 1's fine. You usually don't summon 2. And you'd rather have more extra space for other cards, you know what I mean? 1 Lagia. This card's really good, underrated. 1 Tornado Dragon against, like, Guru or something. Rebellion. Now, this card's weird, I know, but I play it because sometimes you just need to get over a big boy, such as Access Code. This card gets over Access Code, if you didn't know. So, just anything big, Dark Rebellion goes over, and I think it's not that bad, actually. 1 Dweller, it's good. Not bad. This is only because of time rule, but I play 1 Cowboy. That's just to go into time. You can do the 800 and win. That's the main reason I do it. Other than that, you could probably cut it. It's not that good. Whatever. And finally, we have Gustav. You play this to get game. Because usually, if you have 2 UTCs, you're like 500 or 300 off. So you make Gustav and you win. So I think it's not necessary, but it's really good. And finally, we have 1 Garna, 1 Link Spider, 1 Link Rebo, 1 Pent, 1 Phoenix, 1 Borload. And this is just a tech card I was trying to use, and it's not good anymore, but I barred, replaced it with a unicorn. I don't own unicorns, and it's getting reprinted in Eldorado. And so once I get a copy of that from Eldorado, I will replace the Bard with a unicorn, but don't play Bard. I don't think PK is that good in Dinos, but I tried it, and let's just say it didn't go that well. But again, replace it with a unicorn. So you guys, that was my November 2021 Dinosaur deck profile. Honestly, I'm pretty proud of the deck. Again, there are a few changes I want to make, but other than that, the deck is pretty good. I think this is the best build to it. Let me know down in the comments if you guys think of different builds. What do you guys agree with my ratios, etc. And yeah, I'll post another deck profile if I ever update again. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.